Hi, in this video we will show you how to make decisions in Revas Business Simulation Games Round 2. I will use Travel Agency as an example, but if you play any other game you can also watch this video to get an idea. We're starting Round 2 from analyzing the data on our dashboard. Unfortunately, the data is not very optimistic. Your net income is negative, which means your company had a loss after the first month. This is because you have started investing in your company and incurred the first cost. For instance, to create workstations, but you haven't started selling yet, so there were no revenues. But don't worry. From this round, you will be able to selling your services. At the beginning of every new round, you have to analyze the results from the previous rounds first. In round 2, there is not too much to analyze yet, but you can check the results into other areas. The first area is the Investments Workstation tab. It is now possible to switch the view between the decision and the results section. After entering the Results tab, you can see the details about how many workstations every team decided to launch. The second area is the Finance tab. There are 4 elements there. You will find the results in the 3 first of them. The first element is the financial report. You can check the key results here, for example, revenues, costs, lost sales or debt. With every subsequent round, there will be more and more data for analysis there. The second element is the ledger. To be precise, it is your revenues and expenses ledger for the previous round. It presents step-by-step details of the recorded costs and revenues. In the Bank tab, you can check the financial flows on your bank account. You can check how much money you received, how much money you spent, and what is the account balance available. There is also an option to manage your finances by creating the deposits and taking credits, but I'll tell you more about it later. After analyzing the results from the previous round, let's move on to decisions of round 2. What is the main aim of this round? In round number 1, you have already planned what you want to sell in February and calculated how many customers you expect. You have also purchased workstations that have already been launched and are ready to be used by your new employees. The aim of this round is to prepare to serve all customers you expect. In other words, you already know how many customers may come, so your job right now is to provide the right number of employees, resources and equipment to serve them. Once the supply is ready, you will set the prices for your services, and in the next round you will get the first sales results. Start round 2 by entering the Offer tab. You will see the services you selected in round 1 and prepare the demand forecast for them. If you have correctly prepared the demand forecast for the February in round 1, you don't have to change anything at this stage. Your task in round 2 will be to prepare to serve planned number of customers. Everything that we need for selling given services can be found after pressing the Details button. I'll show you on the example of one of the services how you should prepare it for sale. Let's enter the details of the Seaside Holiday offer. A box with details concerning the equipment, employees and the resources required for offering the Seaside Holidays will pop up. Let's start from the first tab, which is the equipment. You will find the list of the required equipment here: a desk, an office chair, a reservation system, a phone, a computer set. The second column of the table shows the requirement for given equipment. It shows how much time the equipment is required by the employee when they serve the customer. If the requirement is 100%, it means that employees cannot share this equipment and everyone needs their own. So hiring a new employee means that we have to buy equipment for them. In other simulations, such as a car repair shop or a beauty salon, it might turn out that the equipment's requirement is only 5 or 10%. Such equipment should be purchased for a shared workstation as employees can share it. In the following columns, you will find information about the approximate price of the equipment depending on its quality. The only thing you can see here is the purchase price though. There are no monthly maintenance costs here. Such details can be found in the Investment Equipment tab. You can export the list of necessary equipment to an Excel spreadsheet. This file, apart from the Equipment tab, contains other tabs too. The information about the required employees and resources. Okay, so now you know the equipment you need, and just to remind you, you don't buy the equipment here in the Offer tab. Here you just acknowledge what you need. You can save it or remember the list and then you buy it in the Investment Equipment tab. So let's move on to this tab. After entering the Investment Equipment tab, you will see the available workstation. You will have as many as you bought in the previous round. Now it's the time to buy the required equipment. If you bought just one workstation, then it's clear you can equip just only one. If you bought more, remember to equip only those which you need. If you want to hire only one employee, then equip just only one workstation. Press the Buy Equipment button on the selected workstation. Right now you will see the list of the equipment that you can buy. Which equipment you should buy? Well, remember, the list of the required equipment can be found in two places. In the Offer tab after clicking on the Details button, or in the Excel spreadsheet that you can download here. On the list, next to each equipment, you will find information about the quality from 1 to 3 stars, the cost of purchase and the possible monthly maintenance cost. For my seaside holiday offer, I need to buy a desk, an office chair, a reservation system, a phone and a computer set. Decide what quality equipment you want to buy. Obviously, high quality equipment is more expensive, but employees will be much happier with it. Let's assume that I want to buy everything of a standard quality. A standard quality desk, a standard quality office chair, a standard quality reservation system, a standard quality phone, and a standard quality computer system. I confirm it by pressing the OK button. In the Purchase in the Current Round section, I can see the pieces of equipment that are ready to be used in my company. If it turns out that you bought wrong piece of equipment, for example, you bought one piece of low quality equipment when you wanted to buy everything of the premium quality, you can delete it and buy the right one. Remember that until the game is advanced to the next round, you can change every decision. When you have the required equipment, go back to the Offer tab and let's see what's next. In the Offer tab, go back to the details for the Seaside Holidays offer. We have bought the equipment already, so let's go to the Employees tab. To sell the Seaside Holidays, I have to hire an international travel consultant. In the table, you can see the average salary of such an employee depending on the experience level, 1, 2 or 3 stars. And again, in this tab we can only check the requirements. Decisions are made in the menu in the HR tab. Let's go to the HR Employment tab. Here you can see the workstations you bought in the previous round. You can hire a maximum of as many employees as the number of your workstations. Remember that in round number 1, after making the demand forecast, we calculated that we need one employee to serve all the customers in February. So after clicking on the workstation number 1, a list of candidates who are available on the market appears. On the list, we can see their photo, name, experience, occupation, expected salary, employment cost, and the possible severance cost. We can also see the percentage of customers previously satisfied with the work of this employee and the risk of complaint. Remember that we need to find an employee who is an international travel consultant. So we can sort the list of employees by occupation or enter the name of the position in the search engine. After selecting the appropriate candidate, press the Employ button. You will then see a place to enter the salary, to determine the type of the contract and decide if you want to send the future employee for the occupational health and safety training and medical examination. When determining the salary for an employee, take into account the minimum gross salary on the market and how much the employee would like to earn, that is their preferred salary. You can offer the employee any amount that is higher than the minimum salary and the employee will accept your offer, but if they don't get the amount they won't be satisfied. And remember, the employee satisfaction is the one of the elements of the ranking presented in the scorecard. When it comes to the type of the contract, you can choose between a full-time contract and temporary contract. In both cases, the working time of employees is the same, it's 160 hours. The difference is the cost and employee satisfaction. Employees prefer the full-time contract. However, for the employer, the full-time contract means higher cost of employee's salary because in addition to the gross salary, extra employer's contribution must be paid. And remember that you will find information about it on the dashboard. Should you send your employees to OHS training and medical examination? Well, keep checking your emails to find the answer to this question. If everything is ready, press the Confirm button. As you can see, the employee took one workstation. After clicking on the picture, you can check the parameters. If it turns out that you accidentally choose the wrong employee, then until the game is moved forward to the next round, you can change this decision. For example, when instead of international consultant, you hire the domestic one. By clicking on the Cancel Employment button, the workstation will be open again and you will be able to choose another candidate. If you decide to dismiss the employee next month, you will already have to pay the severance pay, of course. On the main screen you will see a summary of the salary cost of all employees. If you hire them full-time, the summary will include the employer's contribution as well. We have already bought the equipment and hired the employees, so let's go back to the Offer tab and find out what to do next. After clicking the Details button on the Seaside Holidays offer, choose the Resources tab. You will find a list of 6 types of resources which are required to send your customers to Seaside Holidays. For every customer, you have to provide accommodation for the Seaside Holidays, a daily meals for the Seaside Holidays, a holiday representative for the Seaside Holidays, a plane seat for the Seaside Holidays round trip, shuttle bus from the airport to the hotel and back, and international insurance. Next to every resource on the list, you will find the details about the requirement for one customer. You can also see the average price of the different qualities of resources there. Please note that demand for the particular resource is expressed in a different units. For example, when we buy one item of some resources such as plane seats or insurance per customer, the other resources can serve a larger group, such as one holiday representative can serve a group of up to 80 people and one shuttle bus will take up to 40 people. On the other hand, 2 types of resources like daily meals and accommodation require more than one item per customer. If the trip lasts 7 days, we have to buy 6 nights and 7 daily meals for each customer. Based on this, we need to calculate the demand for all resources. I would recommend preparing an Excel spreadsheet where you calculate the demand for individual resources every month depending on the forecasted demand. I'll use the file that I've prepared earlier. In my file, there is a list of resources needed for the Seaside Holidays as well as their demand. All this information came from the Offer tab under the Details button. Okay, so I have prepared places to fill in the demand forecast for the Seaside Holidays. Because my forecast was 12, this is the number that I'm going to write down to my Excel spreadsheet. Now, resource after resource, I will calculate the demand. Plane seats, Seaside Holidays round trip, the requirement is 1 seat per 1 customer, so for 12 customers, I need 12 seats. The next resource is daily meals, Seaside Holidays. The requirement is 7 daily meals per 1 customer. Because the trip lasts 7 days, it means that we have to provide daily meals for 7 days per 1 customer. To calculate the required number of daily meals for all customers, we need to multiply the number of customers by 7, so we have to buy 84 daily meals. The next resource is accommodation for Seaside Holidays. Similarly to daily meals, every customer needs an exact number of items. Since the trip lasts 7 days, it means that every customer needs 6 nights. We multiply the number of customers by 6, and as a result we know that for 12 customers we have to buy 72 nights. Another resource on the list is the holiday representative for the Seaside Holidays. The requirement says that one holiday representative can serve up to 80 customers. If your demand forecast is lower than 80, then you need just only one holiday representative. Let's calculate the number of shuttle buses from the airport to the hotel and back for the Seaside Holidays. The shuttle bus can transfer a group up to 40 customers. If your demand forecast is lower than 40, then you need just only one shuttle bus. Okay, the last resource you have to buy is the international insurance. Please note that insurance is not defined for the particular type of trip, so there is no Seaside Holiday in the name of this resource. In insurance case, the requirement is to buy 1 per customer, so we need to buy it for 12 customers. In this way, we calculated the requirement for all resources we needed to serve 12 customers for the Seaside Holidays. Do the same for the rest of your services you choose in the Offer tab. Now, knowing which resources and what quantity we have to buy, let's go to the Suppliers tab. Here you will find suppliers, that is companies providing resources. All suppliers offer the same resources needed for all services, but their offers differ in prices. You can buy all resources from one company, or you can carefully analyze the offers and choose the best option from every supplier. The choice is yours. On every supplier's icon, you will find the following buttons. The resource database is a catalog of the company's product. After pressing this button, you will find the exact offer of this supplier and you can order the necessary resources there. The button Show Order Resources will take you to a table in which the resources you have already ordered from this supplier will be displayed. It's something similar to a shopping cart in an online store. Additionally, you have the information on the cost of cancelling the reservation. The point is, you buy resources for a specific number of customers, which is your forecasted demand, and in our case, it's 12 people for the seaside holidays. What happens if, for example, only 10 customers out of the 12 forecasted showed up? Do you have to pay for all the resources bought from the customers who did not come? Fortunately, we don't have to pay the full amount. Suppliers gives us the option to cancel part of the order if we have fewer customers, but we have to pay 10% of the value of the cancelled resources that were not used. Let's move on to buying resources required for the seaside holidays. Based on the analysis of suppliers offered, you select one or more companies from which you want to buy the needed resources. I will choose the first one and buy all the resources there. I press the Resource Database button and I can see suppliers offer. You will find all resources for all services here. Every resource is available in 3 quality levels: basic quality with the 1 star, standard quality with 2 stars, and the premium quality with 3 stars. The quality of the resources strongly influences the quality of the services you provide. Remember though, that the higher the quality, the higher the price. Since the list of resources is very long, it is worth using the search engine to quickly find what you need. Type Seaside Holidays in the search engine to find all resources dedicated to that trip. I'll buy all resources of standard quality. You choose quality according to your strategy. Remember that we have already calculated the required number of resources in the Excel spreadsheet, so now we will just rewrite this number here. We need 12 plane seats, seaside holidays, 84 daily meals, 71 nights, 1 holiday representative, and 1 shuttle bus from the airport to the hotel and back for the seaside holidays. These are all the resources that had seaside in the name. Remember, there is one more resource required, international insurance, so I enter insurance in the search engine and I choose international one and buy 12 of them. Now I press the Save button to confirm the purchase of the selected resources. Everything we have bought can be viewed after pressing the Show Ordered Resources button. You can change the ordered quantity or remove resources in case it turns out that you have bought too much by mistake there. If you plan on offering more services, buy the resources you need them for in the same way. When it comes to the seaside holidays, we have already bought the equipment, hired the employees and ordered resources. The offer now is ready for sale, so let's go to the sales tab then. If all the requirements have been met, meaning you actually have all the necessary equipment, the right employee and the right resources, the service will appear in the sales tab as ready for sale. The only thing to do is to turn it on and set its price. That is confirmed that you really want to offer it to your customers this month. You'll find some additional details next to every service. Expected price, it is the approximate price that customers expect to pay for a given service. Customers will also accept a higher price if it will be connected with the higher quality, and of course they will be more than happy if the price is lower. The price is up to you, set it according to your pricing policy. Average market price will be available from round 3. It tells you what the average market price of the service is. The prices set by all the companies that provide the service are taken into account here. Okay, so let's turn on the seaside holidays by pressing Select button. 2 fields will appear, one for entering the price and the second one for entering the discount. The expected price will automatically appear in the price field, but you can modify it accordingly to your strategy. For example, I can raise the price to €2,699 and give the discount of €50, which will give the final price for the customer of €2,649. In this way, we have prepared the first service from the scratch. However, remember that in the offer we choose that we want to sell 3 services. So now we have to deal with 2 remaining ones because they are not ready for sale yet. We have to go back to the offer tab and similarly what we did with the seaside holidays, analyze the requirement for equipment, employees and resources, then we check which items we already have. In the case of the first three services, the equipment and employee and requirements are the same, so actually we only need to take care of the resources. What to do if the service still does not appear in the sales tab despite the fact that you have already bought equipment, resources and hired an employee? In such case, you should check if you have already bought all the required elements. The system will tell you where to look for the errors so that you will know if the problem lies with the equipment, resources or employees. For example, it may happen that you have hired an employee but this is domestic and not an international consultant, or have not purchased all the resources and you don't have any insurance, for instance. So if the service is not ready for sales, always go back to the offer tab first and check the details button for a given service. Then read carefully what is needed and step by step check the equipment, employees and suppliers tab if everything is purchased. After preparing your offer, when the price is set for all services, you can go to the Finance and Bank tab. You can manage your finances there by creating a deposit or taking a credit. If you want to create a deposit, enter its amount and length. If you want to take a credit, press the Take a Credit button and enter the length as amount of the credit. The system will automatically calculate installments and interest rate. In the Bank tab, you will also find Emergency Loan tab. This type of credit is taken out by the system automatically when you run out of funds. It also will be automatically repaid when you make a profit and when there are funds available for repayment. This is a very important piece of information because if it turns out that your costs are very high and the revenues from customers and funds in your bank account are not enough to cover them, the bank will automatically give you an emergency loan. Okay, so you have already made all decisions for this round. It's time for one more strategic decision. Let's go back to the Investment tab, Workstation tab. Do you plan to hire another employee in the next round? Because remember that a new employee will need their place of work, a workstation. And because the workstation is created with one round delay, you have to take care of it in this round. If you develop your company and add new services, and remember you can add 3 new services every round, it may turn out that you need more employees or employees of different profession. If you need additional workstation for March, buy them now. If you have enough and you don't need more, you don't need to do anything in this tab. Remember to always check the checklist at the end. If there are no mistakes, we can send the decision and wait for the game to be moved to the next round. An important information about the checklist is the system does not verify if you have bought the right quantities to serve forecasted demand. So it does not verify if you have enough employees, have bought enough equipment or have ordered the right number of daily meals or plain seats. The system only checks if, for example, you have forgotten about the tab or have forgotten to perform some key action. If everything is ready, submit your decision. I hope that everything is clear when it comes to round 2 and see you in the next videos. Good luck.